Greetings everyone, so today I have some major news about the future plans for Destiny's expansion packs, as well as some information on something called Comet. Now before I get into this, keep in mind that none of this has been confirmed, so there is a chance that this could be fake, but a lot of the information does seem to line up. So the image you're looking at on screen right now is a leaked image that was originally posted way back in October, but it has only just resurfaced. Now this is from before the Dark Below was even released, and the information on this turned out to be correct, which makes me think that the information about the future expansions could also be correct. The image details all of Destiny's expansions with release dates and what the expansions will include. As you can see at the beginning there is the launch of the full game, then on December 9th there is the Dark Below. After that is Expansion 2, The House of Wolves, which we already knew about, but according to this image it's going to be released on March 10th, 2015, which happens to be a Tuesday. It lists 3 new story missions, 1 new strike, 4 PvP maps, and a raid which will take place in the Reef. After the House of Wolves we have something called Comet, Plague of Darkness. Now any hardcore Destiny fan who's been following the game since it was announced way back in the beginning of 2013 may remember Comet as being part of Bungie's development plan for Destiny. Comet was a codename for a huge expansion which was supposed to be released in between each Destiny game. So the plan was Destiny 1, then Comet, Destiny 2, then another Comet, Destiny 3 and so on. Now the fact that Comet is represented by the box art of the game makes me think that it's going to be released as its own separate disc, so think of it as like a Destiny 1.5, and it says that Comet will be released in September 2015. Comet, Plague of Darkness will contain 12 story missions, 4 strikes, 1 new public event, 1 raid, 6 PvP maps and 1 new patrol location. Now something really interesting is that Comet lists a new location called Hive Ship, which I'm going to assume is just a placeholder name for now. But this has got me really excited. A new explorable location on a Hive Ship. Now think about it, this has got to be a huge ship if it's going to support a patrol mode. Damn, I really cannot wait to see what that's like. But there's more. The Plague of Darkness will contain 3 new subclasses and 2 new weapon types. So these will fill in the 3 missing energy types for each subclass. Titans would get a Solar subclass, Warlocks would get an Arc subclass, and Hunters would get a Void subclass. As for the new weapon types, well, we'll have to wait and see. At the very bottom of the page, it shows that the base level will be increased from 20 to 30, but we don't know what the maximum light level cap will be, although I wouldn't be surprised if it was increased from somewhere between 40 to 50. After the Plague of Darkness is Expansion Pack 3, which is based around the Vex, but it's really hard to say what the name of this expansion is. It's Vex something. The date has yet to be announced and it includes 4 story missions, 2 strikes and 1 raid. The number of PvP maps is unknown. At the end of the timeline is Expansion Pack 4, which is called Forge of Gods. I assume this is going to be a Cabal themed expansion because it wouldn't make sense to make an expansion for every other race and not make one for the Cabal. The image is hard to make out, but to me the image kind of looks like a side view of a Cabal moving forward whilst aiming down the sight of its weapon. The specifics of this expansion have yet to be announced. If this does turn out to be a Cabal expansion, I really hope that the Forge of Gods will include a raid on the legendary Charlemagne's Vault. Charlemagne, for those who don't know, is another war mind on Mars. Now if we look at the release dates of these expansions, they all line up and they could help us predict the release dates of future expansions. So Destiny was released on September 9th, Episode 1 The Dark Below was released on December 9th, Episode 2 House of Wolves is rumoured to be released on March 10th, all of these dates are on a Tuesday. Comet Plague of Darkness says it will be released in September of 2015, giving Bungie 6 months after the House of Wolves to develop it. If Comet is released in September, I imagine it will be released on September 9th, exactly 1 year after the full game was launched. Then I reckon that Episode 3 will be released on December 9th, 3 months after the launch of Comet, just like the Dark Below was released 3 months after the full game. And finally Forge of Gods will likely see a release date of March 10th, 2016. Bungie plan to release a Destiny every 2 years, and 2 years after the first game will be September 9th, 2016, 6 months after the Forge of Gods. I really think that this could be possible. All of the dates and everything Bungie has said lines up perfectly. It would mean that Bungie will have regular installments and they'll be able to support the game for the next 10 years like they planned. I'm just hoping that the Comet expansion won't cost a full 60 quid. Maybe something cheaper, say around 30 quid. And in case you're wondering, the expansion pass will not cover Comet, Episode 3 or Episode 4. It only covers the first 2 expansions, The Dark Below and House of Wolves, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a second season pass either. Now, I'm really excited by all of this information. It's killing me just looking at it. I really do hope that this turns out to be true, and by the looks of it, it could be. But nothing has been confirmed, so right now this is all just speculation, so don't take my word for it. So that is all the information I have for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below, and I will talk to you next time.